This is a Kelvin's double bridge apparatus. So here you can see we have 1 plus 5 volt supply. This is the ground terminal. This is power switch, and this is the arm P. You can see here it's 100 ohm, and this arm, it has 3 variable resistors. One is 1 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm. We can vary this resistance, and this small q resistance, this is also similar to 1 kilo ohm, 10 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm. Using this selector switch, we can vary it from 1, 10 and 100 kilo ohm. This is the small unknown resistance Rx. Here we can put any resistance like this lead. I can put it here and I can measure the resistance of this lead. Okay. This is the variable arm P1, which we can vary from 0 to 1 kilo ohm. So now we proceed to experiment. Let me connect this supply and this ground. Okay, I have already connected an unknown resistance. This is a wire. I have to calculate its resistance, so I have connected it in series. Now I connect this variable resistance P1. Okay, this is the ammeter to detect the balance of the bridge. So if this ammeter value shows 0, it means it is balanced. As you can see here, this resistance is 100 ohm P, and small p is also 100 ohm. So therefore, as I already told you, that for the condition for this bridge to be balanced, this ratio of big P, capital P over small p should equal to the ratio of capital Q over small q. So we keep this resistance and this resistance similar. So capital Q and small q ratio should be equal to ratio of capital P and small p. Okay. So we have connected our circuit. Now I will switch on the power. Okay, I have set this resistance value to 100 kilo ohm selector switch. So this arm capital Q and small q, they are connected to 100 kilo ohms. Okay, now you can see that it is not showing 0. So I will try to balance this bridge. Okay, when I try to balance this bridge using this variable resistance, it will become 0, and at that condition I can find out the value of Rx. So let me vary this. It is still not 0. Now it is 0. So at this position I can find out the value of Rx. Still it is not showing 0. I will still, when it is showing steady 0, then only I will proceed. So now it is perfectly balanced. So at this balanced condition, I know that the bridge is balanced, and I can calculate the value of Rx from the equation we already derived earlier. So I will show you what is the resistance of this variable resistance P1. Okay. So let me remove this, and using this multimeter, I will show you the value of P1. So the value of P1 comes out to be 163 ohms. Okay, so we take down this value, 163.4 ohms. The value of capital P we found out to be it was 100 ohms. The value of small p was also 100 ohms. The value of capital Q was 100 kilo ohms. The value of small q was 100 kilo ohms. The unknown resistance we have to find, and the variable resistance value, you know, it was how much it was? It was 163. You see, it was 163.4 precisely. P1 is 163.4 ohms. So what we can do now, we will find out value of Rx using the relation Rx is equal to P1, this P1 into P small p upon Q. So it is P1 is 163.4 ohms, Q is, this Q here is 100 kilo ohms upon, sorry, this small p, it is 100 ohms, not kilo ohm, it is 100 ohms. So I write it again, it is 163.4 ohms into 100 ohms divided by Q. Q is 100 kilo ohms, so it is 10 to the power 3 ohms. So Rx comes out to be 0.163 ohms. So you can see we have determined the value of Rx using this Kelvin's double bridge. Now we will verify what is the resistance of this unknown resistance using this multimeter. So when I connect this resistance to the multimeter, it shows around 0.3 ohms. So you can see the bridge has calculated the value very precisely, 0.163, and you can see that the multimeter is not able to determine the very low resistance value. So this is the advantage of Kelvin's double bridge. We can measure the value of small resistance precisely.